Hey YouTube, this is KP with KP Details. This is my 2019 CX-5. I have done a trim coating on it before and it needed another one, so I purchased this vehicle, I believe it was in 2021, and so this is my second time doing the trim coating on it. Before this step where I'm using Geon Prep on all the trim, what I did was I washed the car, and in addition to washing the car, I used the Nano Skin Nonsense, which is my wheel and tire cleaner, and a medium stiff bristle brush, and scrub this before doing the Geon Prep. So once you're finished with that part, and this is going to be for whichever trim coating you choose, preparation is key. After you get it washed and get all the contaminants out, then you want to go ahead and use the Geon Prep or your panel prep of choice in order to actually get all the oils and so forth out. Next, I am taping the A-B pillars and so forth because even though all of these trims do wipe off, they leave a little bit of a rainbow effect left on the glass or the paint once you're done, and I didn't want that. I'm going to be using the Apex Surface Protection. It's no longer available, but it is, if you're using a CarPro Deluxe or something like that, you can use that as well. I tried with this microfiber suede block and that did not work out. I realized it was going to be making too much of a mess, too much for me to clean up. So I bought these little foam stick cleaning swabs from Amazon, and that is what I used for the majority of the car. You go through quite a few of them, so don't think that you're going to be using one for the entire car or one for any sort of a good portion of the car, because what happens is that the foam actually starts to disintegrate while you're using it, so you get to a point where it's really just coming off of the stick. So here I am doing my best Bob Ross impression, and I am painting all of the plastic portions of the trim. The reason why I am not doing the chrome is because I really needed to get that polished and I didn't have time this day to finish it up. So I just stuck with the black pieces. And I'm also not doing any of the piano black finish because this car was going back to the shop and some of the piano black was being replaced due to an issue that I was having with the shop. But as you can see here, I am having to wipe the trim after I applied the coating, and that's because of some sweating that I was getting. When you look at this close up, you can see right here where it's starting to sweat. So I was getting a lot of sweating on all of the plastic, and I didn't want that in my final product. Also, I'm doing all of the trim on here. As you can see, I prepped the inside and outside, but I also prepped the mirrors. Because of the tiny how small that trim is, it's still better for me to use this, the swab again, and make sure that when you're doing the mirrors, you're actually moving the mirror left and right like I did right there in order to get all of the visible surface. Next, I wanted to do the cowling because even though this had been done a couple years ago, you can see that it's gray, it's a little bit faded. And in this instance, I am able to use this microfiber suede in the majority of it. But then once I get into this little smaller spot right here, you really see you have to be very careful with how you're applying the product, or else you're also going to get it on other parts of the car, whether it's the glass or the paintwork, which you were not planning on doing that day. You can see here that with one coat, I was still getting some splotchiness, and you can see some of the imperfections that were there before are still visible. So I made sure to do a second coat on this. Sometimes one coat is just not enough, or you might have to use something like a trim restorer before you actually do the ceramic coat. For the most intricate part of this trim ceramic coating was the grill on the 2019 CX-5. It has these triangular things and that are plastic. You can see how faded it is. Look at the ones on the right. And then you have that plastic that's in the back. So I had to use that same swab that you saw me using earlier. You can see, look at the clear delineation of what coated looks like on the left and not coated looks like on the right. But I also had to make sure to get the plastic in the back because just smushed it in there and had it run down, and that actually worked. So this is the final product all. This is The grill alone, I think, took me about an hour. The entire job was probably 3 hours, not including the wash. You can see the cowling looks good. I also did the wiper blades, the wiper arms. Did all of the trim. I still have some splotchiness down at the bottom, but I wasn't too concerned about it. I am probably going to use a Solution Finish, their trim restorer, before I do another ceramic coating on it. But I think it came out really good. So if you have anything like this, if your trim needs to be restored, it might be a 2-day process or it might be a 1-day process. Please feel free to give me a call. I am Carrie Ann Parsons with KP Details. I am now located in Chesterfield, Virginia for all your mobile detailing and ceramic coating needs. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. If any questions, please put them down below in the comments, and I will put the links to the products that I used with the exception of the trim coating.